Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here. This is coming to you from my backyard here in rural Ohio, and we're going to have messages and psychic predictions for the week of August the 22nd to September the 2nd. August the 27th to September the 2nd. And I want to get to your messages, but first I have a little something I want to talk to you about. You know, being in the public eye, not in the big way, I'm not, but in a small way, I'm in the public eye. And so that anyone who's in the public eye, it's automatic that we may be the target for those who may disagree with us. So I want to talk to you for a moment about someone who disagreed with me. Excuse me. That particular person sent out a message to me in the comments section and took umbrage with what I said about there being a shakeup in the White House on my message, last week. Excuse me. That, by the way, is about voice, and that's the throat chakra, and we can, when you have to clear your throat or you look at what's going on here, that I want you, whenever you feel that, when I have a client and I get that I need to clear my throat or I need to take a drink of water, when I get that, I always talk to the client about it's time to get your own voice. And so as I say that, you see my voice clears up. So this is the time for all of us to really get our voice for love. Now, back to why I'm saying that and what that had to do with my voice. This particular person, Barbara, wrote and was upset because I said there was going to be a shakeup in the White House, which there was. And she said, what about Hillary Clinton's energy? Well, Hillary Clinton's not in the White House, and she's not affecting policy, and she's not affecting the energy in the U.S. that is affecting the energy in the world. It's just the way it is. So there wasn't any reason to mention Hillary Clinton. Now, on top of that, and I am not saying this was Barbara, but I have had comments from those of you who have written me privately or commented in the section below. This woman or man using the name of Barbara Ward. So whether it was her or someone else, I don't know. But 2 sites were set up using my photograph and using my name. One was a site like Diana Rankin versus Trump, something quite silly like that. YouTube was notified, and YouTube has taken care of it. It goes against YouTube policy to steal another's identity. So, that said, I did put notice out last week in the comment section below, warning you, do not go to any other section or any other YouTube channel with my name on it. You will see my face, you will hear my voice in those YouTube channels that I wish to talk to you. Others are fake. Ignore them. You know, what I'm going to ask of each of you may not be easy, but I think it's probably the best way we can heal our world, and our world is in need of healing. So what I'm going to ask of you today is to just think of that person who is so wounded and so angry and so unhappy that they think it's okay to make up these fake identities, to use my personal photo and my personal name, and to make up these other channels, or to send out hate mail. You know, I'm going to ask you to please just bless that person, whether it's Barbara Ward or someone else. It's a very wounded, it's a very unhappy person. And let's just send her love, or him love. Let's simply say, I bless you. And at the same time, let's also say, and I bless me. We always want to give that blessing back to ourselves. So I thank each and every one of you for blessing this person who tried to cause harm to me. Gave me a few moments of what in the world, but mostly just caused harm on YouTube and caused people who work at YouTube time and their energy. I bless you. I love you. Not your actions, but as a human being, as a soul, I love you. And so I'm asking each of you who are able to please bless this person, to send her or him love, and then do the same to yourself. That, my friends, is putting love in action. Will it do any good? Won't hurt, will it? If you have anyone in your life and you need to change the energy, that simple bless you, which sometimes we do through gritted teeth, but that simple bless you and bless me will change the energy. Because as you continue to say bless you and bless me, you will feel your own energy shifting. And that's what this is all about. Healing ourselves, shifting our energy into a place of love. And as we do that, we change the energy in the world. Hate against hate, anger against anger, fear against fear only creates an explosion of anger, an explosion of fear. We don't want that. Let's meet it with love. Got it? All right. Now let's take a look at those messages we have for this week, in addition to what I've just said. I feel a lull in the energy. I feel things are going to calm down, but it's only on the surface. There's something deeper. It's like it's being tampered down right now. But, when we heal, I always say that the problem with our world and with us individually is we don't like, especially in the U.S., we don't like to feel uncomfortable. We don't like to be sad. We don't like to be in pain. So when we heal, we often heal like this. But the wound remains. And so sometimes something horrific has to happen to pull the wound open so we can heal it like this. That's what's happening in the U.S. today, my friends. Is this having the wound wide open easy? Oh, gosh, no. It's very painful. But we can heal it. And right now, it's healed like this. So is it going to break open? Yes. Not this week, however. It feels to me like we may have a couple of weeks here where we're just able to catch our breath. Is an explosion coming? Yes. I pray it's not an explosion of a bomb, but just an emotional explosion. We have some rough times to go through. They're not over. Not in the U.S. and not in the world. But what's interesting is there are parts of the world that are calm right now, even though the U.S. is in turmoil. And I won't say we're close to civil war, but we're close to small civil wars. Here. Civil wars will break out. And by civil war, I'm talking about the butting of the heads of one ideology against the other. We don't have to take part in that anger. We do have to take part in the healing. And so we have to recognize that right now we're here. And what we're doing is with every single action we take in love. Every time a driver cuts us off, and instead of using finger language, we say, bless you and bless me. Every time we do that, we are helping to heal this wound. Every time we look at our own wounds, we're healing this wound so we can close it like this and have greater love and humanity for the whole world. How far this has to break open, how long it's going to take to heal, it's going to take a while yet. It's going to break open more. It's not fully out there for the healing. We've got some tough times to go through yet. But for this week, we can catch our breath. Weather-wise, we can't catch our breath for many people in the country and many people in the world. Here where I'm sitting, it's almost a little chilly today, so I have sleeves on. It's probably not even 70 degrees yet. It's a Thursday morning. I usually tape these on a Thursday, and it's a Thursday morning. You can hear the birds and the cicadas out in my backyard here. A plane is getting ready to go over, and that's interesting because last week and this week there were planes. Well, if I look at what does that mean when they're so rare, it's so rare that a plane goes over. And so I think about that. What is a plane? Well, a plane is about movement. A plane is about transportation. A plane is about quickly going from here to here. And so we are zipping along in what's going on in our world today. So where I am, the weather's perfect. Coastal areas, not so. Major storms in many coastal areas will take place this week. We can expect areas of the country to be extra hot and drought. And I'm not going to turn into a weather person, but it's just wherever we are, we need to take care of ourselves and our families. If you are asked to go to high ground, please do so. Go to high ground. Simple as that. Let's see what Philip has to say. For those of you who are new to my videos, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who continue to come, I am so grateful that you come, and so grateful that you're adding this love to the world. For those of you who have written for private readings or called me, yes, there is a charge. It's how I make my living in part. I'm a writer and I'm a psychic. I'm a coach, and those are my forms of income. So you can check below. The contact information is right below here in the information. Do contact me by Skype, by email, by calling me. You can find all of that information on my website. Thank you for your comments of love and support, and thank you for the love you add to the world. Let's take a look and go a little deeper with what Philip tells us. Philip is my spirit guide, and as many of you know, each page has a different wisdom on it. So we just flip through till we feel like stopping, and we have to think left page or right page, and then we get the wisdom, and so we'll go a little bit deeper with that. Here's where we're stopping. Okay, and I'm going to read both pages. I heard left, so I'll read that first, but I glanced at the right, and I think that's important to read also. Here's the left. What do you know of tomorrow if you have not lived today? What do you know of tomorrow if you have not lived today? I mentioned earlier that there's a lull that's taking place this week, and it's not going to last too long. Astrologers will tell us that Mercury is still in retrograde till I think September 4th. So communications, we have to work a little bit harder at them. Electronics, oh gosh, my internet has been off and on, working perfectly for hours and then not working and then working perfectly. So it's Mercury in retrograde. That's going to last for a little bit longer. Those communications, it gives us the opportunity to work a little bit harder at being a little bit clearer between our communications among people. And it also allows us to turn communication inwardly and look inwardly at what is happening, what am I saying, how is that affecting others. We need to add kindness to the world this week. And without so much yelling and screaming going on in the world, and especially in the U.S., this is the week to really practice that kindness. And let's see if we can't stop some of that yelling. It's also the time to turn that energy inwardly. As a writer, I'm a big one on journaling. So it's a good time to journal and ask yourself, how can I be of greater service to the world? How can I use my life to bring things about in the world that are adding goodness to the world instead of adding anger? Does that mean we do not hold the behavior of another up to their feet to the fire, so to speak. Absolutely. We must recognize what is going on in the world. We must recognize how we can help. So we have to see the behavior, but just adding anger to the behavior or our anger, we need to get past our anger this week, and we need to be able to do those acts of kindness and move out from into the world this week with kindness, but also turn that kindness on ourselves. Remember, if we breathe out, we're giving. If we breathe in, we're receiving. We must do both. It's important to life to breathe in and out. So, what do you know of tomorrow if you have not lived today? Don't postpone your life. Go live. Go enjoy. Enjoy. Just sit here and listen to the birds in my backyard. Listen to the cicadas singing. Just sit and be. Go out and take a ride on a zip line if that is enjoyment for you. I'm going to do that in a couple of months. It's on my bucket list. Smile at strangers. Look in the mirror and smile at yourself and say, I love you, and then say your name. So I would say, I love you, Diana. You're great. I want you to do that for yourself. This is the week that has energy behind it. So do it. On the other side, on the right side, and I just remind you, activate your brain, not your prejudices. Activate your brain, not your prejudices. This is a good week to sit down with a journal, or to sit in quiet, or to sit on your own patio and say, if I see prejudice in others, I am then able to look and see the prejudice within me. Let me root that out, and let me exchange any hard feelings, any prejudice feelings, any bias I have against another. Let me find those, and let me exchange anything within me that is harmful to myself or others. Let me exchange it for love. Thank you, my friends, for being with me today. Thank you for enjoying the peace of my home. Did you see that hummingbird that just flew by? I don't know if you caught him. He flew on the other side of the camera and may have caught just up here. Hummingbird, that's joy. Enjoy the hummingbird. I don't know, he only hovered for a few moments and then flew off. So that tells me, capture the joy. It's not going to last, but that's life. Life goes up and down. Enjoy the up this week. I love you. Thank you for coming and visiting today. Thank you for receiving this love I'm sending to you. I love you.